In many of the college classes that rely a lot on writing, you may hear your instructors refer to something that's known as the research question, which can be kind of vague and frustrating if it's not explained very well. What is it? Why do I need it? And where do I get one? This video is going to tackle all of these questions, but first, let's break down the definition of research question. It's a clear, focused, concise, complex, and arguable question around which you center your research. Or it's just a thing that's meant to frustrate and confuse students throughout college writing. But hopefully after this video, research questions will be a little less confusing and frustrating. So why do I need a research question? Well, a research question helps you keep your research focused and on track. If you've ever had one of those experiences where you waited till the last minute to write your paper and you just all of a sudden started typing out your writing, and a few hours later you read back over it and you realize, oh, this doesn't make sense, there's no clear focus, there's no clear line of thought. Well, a research question will help you avoid that. But a research question is also very important because the answer to this question will actually turn into your thesis statement or the main argument of your paper. So it's important to make sure that your research question is strong. So how do I do that? Well, I'm going to walk you through a few steps that have helped me as I come up with research questions for my own writing. The first one is to find an issue that interests you. No matter what class you're in, try to find a way to connect that class to something that you're already interested in. Say you're in a psych class, but you want to be a vet. Well, you could look at how pets affect our psychological health. Maybe you're a women's studies major and you're in a computer science class, and you want to know why there aren't more women in technology-related fields. Or maybe you're an early childhood education major and you're in a nutrition class. Well, you could explore childhood obesity and how to avoid it. Step 2, explore this issue. Just do a quick Google search. For the purpose of this video, I'm actually going to look at women and I'm going to look at the issue of women and how few of them are actually in computer-related fields. This is an issue that I'm really interested in. So if I do a quick search on Google with these terms, I come across as my first hit a Wikipedia article, which I can't use to cite in my paper as a credible source, but it is a great place to start for ideas. And in this article, I found this really interesting quote that tells me that even though teenage girls are using computers at the same rate as teenage guys, they're still much less likely to consider a degree in a technology-related field. Well, I want to know why that is. So I start asking questions about it. I start asking, well, is it important for women to pursue computer-related jobs, and why? Why are there so few girls in computer-related degrees? How can we encourage girls to be more involved in computer technology? And who else cares about this issue? Why is it important? Step 4, start refining and focusing my question. Just because I have a research question doesn't necessarily mean it's a good question. So we're going to go through a couple of bad questions and talk about how to make them better. First bad question, when did the first woman graduate with a degree in computer science? This isn't such a great question because there's really only one answer to this. There is no way to argue or defend or explore this question very well. A better question would be, when, during their college career, do girls usually drop out of computer science programs? And how can we prevent this from happening? This is a question that I can actually explore and then take a stance or position on and then defend. Another bad question is, why do girls hate computers? Well, there's several reasons why this is a bad question. One of them is it's pretty general. It's blanketly stating that all girls hate computers, which isn't necessarily true. There's also really no way to explore or actually defend a feeling. You can't really tell me why girls hate computers. This isn't a question I can actually research. A better question is, why are girls dropping out of computer science programs at higher rates than guys? This is an issue I can dig into, I can come to an opinion on, and then defend. So, As you start coming up with and exploring research questions of your own, here are a few closing rules of thumbs to remember. 1. Avoid yes or no questions. Ask questions that might have multiple answers or opinions. This leads us to question 2. If you don't ask yes or no questions, you'll start coming up with questions that require you to explain or defend your answer. They'll make you take a stance, which is what you're looking to do in college papers. And then finally, 3, ask a question that can be tackled within your page limit. Don't pick a question that is so broad that you find yourself going on and on and on and overreaching your page limit. Find something that's manageable and that's small enough that you can actually answer in the page limit that you're given by your instructors. Now, follow these rules, follow these guidelines, and hopefully coming up with research questions the next time you have to do this will be a little simpler and a little less frustrating.